Okay, today I got something pretty fun for you. Something I got for Christmas from my girlfriend's parents, or actually we got for Christmas. It's kind of a gift for both of us, but I think it's directed more towards me, if you'll see here in a second. But it's basically a vintage wallpapers kit. Now, I'm not super familiar with this thing. I mean, I'm pretty familiar with tools, but I'm not super familiar with wallpapering. So this one's kind of an interesting one, so I'll show you the box here. You see it's an older box. It's got these nice corner pieces here. Looks like tin. You know, some older hinges. You can see it's well worn, well used. It's, I guess the patina, as you like to call it, is good. I mean, it's definitely been around the block. You can see it's a well used, well loved, box. And that's not really the most exciting part of it, even though it's got this cool handle and things, is that it does have all the tools inside. And so trying to date this thing, I keep coming up with somewhere between, I'm thinking 1900 and like 1930s. Like I said, this is not my area of expertise, but it seems to be like early, I'd say earlier versus later, at least in some of these things. So I'll kind of show you like what I'm looking at, like a wallpaper trimmer here. This is from the Murray Black Company, Springfield, Ohio. It's actually still pretty sharp considering the age. Like I said, I mean, I know this is a wallpaper trimmer now. Looks to be like something you put in your hand and can run against edges. So, but again, I'm not super familiar with all these tools, but this one's like pretty easy to identify. Then we just got a little plumb bob here. And a couple like seam rollers, it looks to be. I think this one's got, oh, this one does. You can see that it says the Ridgely rollers, so seam rollers. Then we got like a old like tack puller here. It's like just some trimmers, some like roller trimmers. This one looks broken. So I don't know if it had like another handle or some other piece there. Those are kind of cool. And then we got some putty knives, or just some knives in general. Not sure if these are like putty or for edging or whatever. I don't see any names on any of these, but this one is super thick. Like it's very stiff, almost more like a chisel than it would be like a knife. I mean, you can even see like compared to like these two, this one's significantly thicker. But yeah, there's some putty knives and things. And for the life of me, I can't remember what these is called right now. I've seen them before, I've used them before. Almost like a little grout tool, but yeah, kind of show you that thing. So a little scraper, I think it might just be a scraper. I can't remember if there's an actual name for it, but there's that guy. And then we got this trimmer, which is C.S. Osborne, which is kind of funny. If you look a few videos back, I did an Epstein's one of an order I got, and I got a weeder from C.S. Osborne. So as you can see, the company's still around, and they're still making tools all these years later. So there's those. Now, the reason why I left it out is you can see on here, looks like the guy's name, can't see that, like Bruce, something like that, from Saginaw, Michigan. I wonder if his daddy was a fisherman. But as you can see on the bottom here, it says from, was that R. Gerber and Company, Chicago. So I don't know if this toolbox was made by them and sent as a kit, or if this is something the guy made, but this does appear to be like something that they would have made and probably sold as a kit. But I'm not entirely sure, and I don't really know much about R. Gerber. I did a quick Google, but I couldn't find much on them, except they were a company in Chicago. And it looks to be, again, they were at least around by the turn of the century, last century, it's like 1900. So that's why I'm kind of guessing probably somewhere between there. Now these are the more interesting ones. So there's some of the wallpaper brushes. I'm guessing these are all horsehair, or some kind of animal hair, but it looks like horse. But these are definitely old, and again, well used, but still in pretty good shape considering. So there's that one. And then these ones are kind of cool. So we got like some of these, I don't know, like more like tapered, kind of nice handle brushes, almost like something you'd see like a servant using or something, like to brush off a table. Well, again, I think these are all like horsehair. least these ones specifically look very horsehair. Again, kind of looks like the would be from, like, you know, early 1900s, but kind of tough to tell. Here's a couple more. This one especially looks pretty old. Again, very fine hair. That's pretty nice. And this one is probably one of my favorites. You can see like the nice like metal up here. And number 11. Again, very long handled brush too. Or a very long brush, long handled. And this one does have a name. I don't know if you can make that out. It's pretty tough to read. It's right in here. But it's Gertz Lombard and Company, G-E-R-T-S, Lombard, L-U-M-B-A-R-D and Co. Which I know I did, again, some Googling on that, and I did see that there was, they did make brushes. So I'm thinking until like the 1930s maybe? Again, not a lot of this stuff is available online. So then we got just a pair of scissors here. It looks like it was stamped at some point in the name, but I can't read it. It's all worn off. But definitely like wallpapering scissors. You see, again, well worn. Got a lot of like, you know, goop and stuff on them still, but you know, kind of cool. And then last is just a basic mallet. No name, no nothing. This is like the most basic mallet. Almost doesn't even look like it's meant to go in this. Almost looks like it's something somebody threw in later. I mean, I'm not sure, but it just, I don't know. Considering like what all the other tools are, this thing just kind of seemed a little out of place to me, but it could very well be correct in the same period. I do not know, but just my gut's telling me this is like something that kind of came a little later. And then I'll show you the rest of the box in here. You can kind of see just the bottom and the just little dividers and stuff. And again, it's a nice box. I mean, nothing too fancy. Got the bottom on that. You see like just the little folded over corners, and I mean it's well constructed, but it's pretty simple. So like I said, it could be, like I said, from the manufacturer that way, or it could be something the guy made and just using parts. But I'm guessing this is all part of a kit that you just bought, like the whole kit, you know, and then you could do all your wallpapering. But yeah, I just thought it was pretty cool. Again, I got the old brushes here. Put those back in. Little mallet and the scissors. And the little tray. Got the cutter, plumb bob, all the knives, the back puller. We got like the trimmers, cutters, seam rollers, things like that. All just in a fancy little kit. So anyway, yeah, we kind of got it just sitting in our dining room right now. Just kind of like a fun little display, something to, you know, you can set some candles on or something, or people come over, you can kind of show it to them. I'm not entirely sure, like, what would be a good way to, like, display it, because, I mean, you really can't use a lot of it. But, yeah, anyway, I thought it was pretty interesting, and just kind of cool to see, like, a little bit of history that you probably don't really think about too much, an old, you know, wallpapers kit. So, anyway, that's it. Thanks. Bye.